UTP Brownsville is delaying its bachelor's in nursing program for a year.
The Collegian News is brought to you in part by
the UTB and TSC Student Health Services Veterans Resource Department and Criminal Justice Department invites all veterans on campus and the community to join us at the Resource Expo on Tuesday, November 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Endowment Courtyard. The expo will provide veterans with information about the many agencies that offer benefits and other veterans organizations that advocate for veterans resources. For more information, call Student Health Services at 956-882-3896.
Stay connected with UTB Mobile. Download the UTB application now. Visit utb.edu/mobile.
Welcome to the Collegian News. I'm Marlene Rodriguez.
And I'm Corey Aiken.
UT Brownsville officials have confirmed the delay of the new bachelor's degree in nursing program. The program, which was scheduled to start in fall 2013, has been postponed until fall 2014.
As you know, TSC will take over responsibility for the LVN and the ADN in fall of 13. And so we just really feel like we can better serve the existing students if we just wait a year to make sure everything transitions smoothly so that we can then use that time to kind of recruit students so they can take their prerequisite work so that they're ready to enter the program.
Author Domingo Martinez, a Valley native, visited UTB TSC to sign copies of his memoir, The Boy Kings of Texas, which is a finalist for the National Book Award. Magali Rosales was there.
Behavioral Sciences Professor Antonio Zavaleta introduced Domingo Martinez, author of the book The Boy Kings of Texas, to an audience of 172 people last Tuesday in the ZB Lecture Hall. Martinez pursued a career in journalism before becoming an author.
I started to realize that the thing that everyone was picking up on, the people that I trusted and shared my stuff with, were drawn to the personal stories. They didn't care about the hobbits. They didn't care about the sci-fi or whatever. I wasn't trying science fiction because that's just beyond me. But they were picking up on the distinction of my background, of my history, of my personal history, of Brownsville, and the unique quality of this area where we make choices and we have like these behavioral models that don't exist anywhere else.
Martinez started to focus on his memories of growing up in South Texas and contacted his siblings and relatives.
And it was through these exchanges and these memories started surfacing and becoming real. Because there was such repression to the damage. And I realized that the damage was the key. That what I really needed to do in order to really make this work was to travel back in time through the emotional time machine and remember why those situations were damaging. Remember the suppression and the denial and the duplicity of living in two worlds.
According to the National Book Foundation website, the book is charming, painful, and enlightening. This book examines the traumas and pleasures of growing up in South Texas and the often terrible consequences when two very different cultures collide on the banks of a dying river. Martinez's memoir is a 2012 National Book Award finalist. Among the students attending the book signing was junior psychology major Ingrid Lopez.
I think it's very motivational for us, like knowing that we can get out there and do something like enormous and have everybody get to know us.
For the Collegian News, I'm Magali Rosales.
Members of the deaf community danced, told stories, and delivered comedy routines during the 6th annual ASL Talent Show, which was held October 27th in the Student Union's Grand Salon. It was the final event in UTB TSC's observance of Accessibility Awareness Week.
Housekeeping and organization are two skills that students need to have. On this week's survival segment, the Collegian has some tips on how to keep your house spick and span. Here's my co-anchor, Marlene Rodriguez.
At Casa Bea, the most common complaint reported to staff is messy roommates. Some residents even go as far as requesting a different apartment. Residential Life Director Douglas Stoves said the best tool residents can use to keep clean is a cleaning schedule.
The best thing I can say is using a calendar. Whose turn is it to take out the trash? Whose turn is it to do the dishes?
Stoves also recommends that students do a little bit of cleaning each day.
Until, let's say Saturday is your big cleaning day, well then it makes it a lot harder to do.
The Living and Learning Community Program, Lessons Intended for Everyone, offers residents advice on how to clean the room. Mary Lee Saldivar is among the resident assistants who can advise students on cleanliness.
Get with your roommates and have a trash throwing schedule. Our trash cans are conveniently located. I'd suggest we need a little bit more because of the mass of people we have. But also having a schedule of throwing trash away, kind of dividing the responsibilities of the trash throwing to keep your room organized. Just know you're almost down to the last of your clothes. Maybe it's time to wash or get more. You see that you're piling up your stuff in your drawers. Okay, maybe it's time for you to get some plastic drawers or some type of tier shelves.
For the Collegian News, I'm Marlene Rodriguez. Here's Alex Rodriguez with this week's segment of I Think.
The I Think question of the week is, are your classes challenging enough? Why or why not?
Yes. One of them is calculus and the other is physics. So it's not the easiest class on campus, though.
Well, no, considering the high school I went to, it had a real strong curriculum, and no, I don't think so. The homework has been pretty easy, and I've prepared for it.
Sure, there's one that is kind of challenging for me, is the history class, just because it's really hard for me to understand what happened in the past, and yeah, that's about it.
This is Alex Rodriguez for the Collegian News.
UTB-TSC's volleyball and soccer teams are in the playoffs. Here's my co-anchor Marlene Rodriguez with the Sports Roundup.
The UTB-TSC women's volleyball team and men's and women's soccer teams are getting closer to conference tournaments. UTB-TSC Athletics Director Todd Lowry said the teams have had a great fall and are in great position to go to nationals. The men's soccer team, which finished third in the regular season with a conference record of 8-3, had its first round of the Red River Athletic Conference tournament at home last Saturday against Northwood University. Results were unavailable at press time. The women's soccer team, which ended its regular season with a 9-0-1 RAC record, earned a bye last weekend and will travel to Dallas on Friday for the opening round of the Red River Athletic Conference tournament as the number 1 seed. The volleyball team has qualified for the national tournament because of its number 2 national ranking. Playoffs for volleyball start Friday in Dallas against Texas Wesleyan University. UTB-TSC's conference record is 9-0. The UTB-TSC men's golf team just completed its final off-season tournament. The team competed October 29th at the Northwood University Fall Shootout in Grand Prairie, where it placed 9th out of 15 teams. The Northwood Shootout was the last tournament of the men's team for the fall semester. The players will be back on the links in February for the spring season. For the Collegian News, I'm Marlene Rodriguez. That's it for the Collegian News webcast. I'm Marlene Rodriguez.
And I'm Corey Aiken. We now leave you with footage from Halloween Havoc. Have a great day.